Angel leaves for one day.
I'm
Yeah.
it's usually the one that handles this. All right. Uh, do I have the storage space for this? Yeah, we got it. All right, here we go.
Oh god.
All right. So now we're all set. Okay. Cool. Um, welcome back, everybody, to this janky ass recording of Dungeons and Dragons. Whisper of Winter Chapter 2. As a bit of a recap from the previous episode, the party traveled to Pyra, which is in the continent Isilra, heading to meet the Fire Ashari, and they were in search of one of the vestiges of divergence. Discovering that Headmaster Serkanos holds the hilt of the Dragon Blade, but not the blade itself, the party then set off in search of the blade, with the information that it would be on one of the highest peaks in Taldore. After that, Vincent Ripley and Braig had attacked, laid waste to about 30 of the men in the Ashari tribe. The party chased after Vincent. Braig literally just bailing up Vincent in time. The party talked for a bit. Braig eventually continued blackmailing Lucas, telling him he had 6 hours to give his answer. After he disappeared, the party, Lucas divulged his sort of background and his connection to Xigbar. And after that, the party all sort of got on the same page, trying to find some sort of plan to track down Xigbar, while also they were being hunted, because as it turns out, they are now wanted in 2 countries. The king and queen having accused them of being essentially dishonest, and the queen having arrived in Taldore and being injured and essentially blaming the party. Then Allura got a message from... Allura received a message from Vex, essentially being just a scalding message, blaming her and the party for bringing these creatures to Whitestone, to which the party realized that Whitestone is currently under siege by a swarm of Heartless. Quickly, they rushed to a teleportation circle, and Allura activated it as they traveled off towards Whitestone. And that is where we are now.
I like how for the last 3 episodes you've been calling Xigbar by 3 different names each episode.
Inconsistency. All right.
No shit.
All right. So here's how we're gonna do this. First, we're gonna switch music. Hold up. All right. Okay, so, okay, so, as you guys arrive in Whitestone, you see that the teleportation circle, dispels the red magic sort of flashing and then leaving. I need everybody to make me a perception check.
Oh god.
Yeah, that was quick.
Oh boy.
I always forget where my perception thing is. Oh, nice.
Hell yeah. Uh-oh. Wyra's having some... She's got this. Okay. I'm gonna say for now. So Lucas, as you arrive in Whitestone, you see that the city itself is completely being ransacked as people are running all around the place and Heartless are chasing after them. As you arrive here, what is kind of the first thing you're like keeping your eye out for, if anything?
Honestly, Lucas would probably just be trying to. Sorry, I'm trying to remember how to spell. Lucas would probably be trying to. It would probably first like see all the Heartless, and then probably see if Xigbar is anywhere within the area.
Okay. As you arrive there, you do see, Heartless chasing after people, and you do see the entrance to the castle about maybe 30 to 45 feet to your left. And you see Percy and Vex, who are standing there in the doorway, and you see them straight up battling against Xigbar, who has completely materialized No Name in his hand and is kind of holding his own against them. And you also notice that where Percy is, there's sort of these like shadows that coalesce by his feet and sort of wrap around his back. Mona, as you arrive, what's kind of the first thing you look for?
Honestly, similar to Lucas, I'm looking for. I'm forgetting names. Xigbar. I'm looking for Xigbar.
Okay, for sure.
And she's looking out for Heartless as well, but she doesn't quite know what they look like, so it's very a bit different in her mind what she's looking for. But yeah.
Okay, for sure. On that, gotcha. On that perception check, Mona, you look around. You see the same thing. You see Percy and Vex fighting against Xigbar in the doorway. And as they do, they move further into the castle. You also notice there are a couple of guards that have a body on a stretcher, and they're carrying it inside the castle. You get a closer look, and it looks to be your mother on a stretcher, as she is unconscious.
I'm going to run towards her.
Cool. Let's have everybody roll for initiative. Keep systematic
no.
here.
Oh no!
Son of a bitch.
Oh no!
All right, and then we're gonna roll for.
Wait, you have a plus?
I got alert, so I somehow beat you.
I forgot you had alert.
Yeah. You taught me this. This is your fault.
Fair.
Cool. So Lucas, you see, as Xigbar moves into the castle deeper with Percy and Vex, you see Mona rushes after this unconscious body with these guards. Who do you think you're heading after, Xigbar or with Mona?
Oh, I'm going after Xigbar.
Hell yeah. As you start chasing after him, you see that... Let's load the map really quickly, actually.
Ooh, we get a map.
So... Oh, Shard, don't I just love you? Alright, here we go.
It's better than Roll20.
Alright, now let's go ahead and add some... First of all, let's unfog the map.
That would help.
Oh, I clicked the wrong tool. There we go. Alright. Boom.
Oh, shit.
And we gotta add everybody to this map here. Mona, you are chasing after your mother, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna say that Alora looks at you and starts running alongside you as well. But for the time being, let's actually add Lucas here. And then I'll show you where Percy, Vex, and Xigbar are as well.
Okay.
I need to deselect this tool right now. There we go. I can't deselect it. This is so sad. Alright. Let's add Percy. There he is. I'll add Vex. There we go. And I'm gonna say Xigbar. You see Xigbar has sort of leapt up to this statue at the far end of the room here. You feel free to position yourself wherever you want to be.
Also, I think your tokens are still invisible to us because I can't see shit.
Oh, my bad. So Percy, Vex, Ray. There we go.
Hey.
Active, and active.
So then, yeah, I'd say Lucas would be... Yeah, no, Lucas would be just coming straight up.
Cool.
And probably be about there to start.
Hell yeah. You rush in. You see Xigbar is standing there at the top of this statue, looking down at Percy and Vex. You see that Percy's looking up at him. You see Xigbar looks down at you and says, "Ah, there he is, man of the hour."
What's the meaning of this, Xigbar?
He looks at you and says, "Ah, man, all I'm trying to do is put some pressure on you, you know? It comes down to one choice you're gonna make, and you require a little motivation."
Why Whitestone? Why these two?
He says, "Because, man, these two represent some of the greatest threats to myself." Don't know why I'm bothering telling you all this. He points No Name down towards you and says, "So what's it gonna be, little wolf? You gonna bite?"
Lucas is going to look towards Percy and Vex and just kind of look in them and go, "I'll deal with him. Get out of here and take care of everyone else."
You see, as Percy, nods, he kind of trains his gun on Xigbar. You see, Vex looks at you and, shadows kind of, wrap out from Xigbar's hand and, leap into Vexalia's sort of back. And you see this glow, this sort of, yellow glow in Vex's eyes as she looks at you. And she points her crossbow at you. And she says, "You're not with him, are you?"
Short answer, no. But I will say, despite what you may think, and despite the fact that part of this is my fault, I am your ally. He is not mine. And I will kick his ass. Now go.
Percy and Vex nod to you and rush out of the room. As that happens, Xigbar looks down at you. He leaps from the platform and steps on the stone, locking eyes with you. As that happens, Mona, you are chasing after your mother. These guards have her on a stretcher. You see that, as you do, you pass by these different, torches on the wall, and as you do, they begin to, glow, brighter, magnificently brighter, and the torches seem to, tilt and almost set the walls of the castle on fire as you're running. You hear, guards are calling for an evacuation, people are sort of pushing past you. What's kind of rushing through Mona's mind?
Well, she's hoping her mother isn't dead, mostly. I think she's trying to sort of block out everything around her, and she's just focused on catching up to them.
Okay. You rush down as fast as you can. You see that, let's actually load this map as well. Oh, shard. Okay. Let's load the grid. Mona, go ahead and roll me a d4 if you'd be so kind.
Oh. I don't like that, but okay. 3.
3, gotcha. Let's unfog this. Cool. Let's add you to the map here. Come on. Come on, Shard. You can do it. There we go. Okay. So you... Oh, Jesus. Okay. So as you're rushing down this hall, you see... let's see here. You see, 2 of these little Excalibur drones fly in through the window, sort of obstructing your pathway directly towards your mother. As they fly a little bit in front of you, you hear guards calling for an evacuation, people pushing past you. As these drones block your path, what do you do?
Oh, shit. The people are evacuating. Are they running the same direction I am, or are they running the opposite direction?
Yes, they're running the same direction.
Okay. So these drones are blocking, like, me and everybody behind me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and cast Eldritch Blast on number 3.
Hell yeah. Go ahead and roll for an attack.
Alrighty. That is 22 to hit?
Yeah, 22 hits. Good roll damage.
Alright. That is the wrong button. 9 damage.
It's all good. It's all good. 9 damage. Okay, cool. So this one is looking really rough. You reach out your hand. Crackling energy shoots out. You see that, yeah, so I'm going to roll for damage that the guards deal to this drone as well.
Okay.
Cool. So the guards are able to push through this hallway and brutally maim this drone as the path sort of clears up. They brute force through it with their spears, pointing down the hallway. Go ahead and make me a dexterity check to go ahead and catch up with your mom. I'm saying DC 12 here.
That's an 8.
As you are running through the hallway, you hear in the back of your mind a voice that whispers. The world itself begins to grow a little darker as you see it lose color, and you hear the voice says, "It's going to happen again." As you get this sort of sinking feeling, you know what happens when you black out.
Oh shit.
Cool. So we're going to run this battle as well. So Lucas. Oh god.
Yes.
Shard, please. I'm begging you. All right. Okay, cool. As Braig sort of leaps from this platform and is standing on this stone with you, first of all, let's set inactive this. Excuse me. You see, yeah, what do you say as Xigbar sort of approaches you all quietly?
Lucas, first off, is going to walk a little bit closer, just kind of drawing his dual scimitar as he does, and he goes, "You know, I'm really, really trying to not have conflict here. I've been spending the last few months trying to atone for everything that happened, even though most of it I may not remember. And yet you show your shellless nobody ass here. Apparently from 20 years ago. Just to haunt me. And you know what? I'm getting so fucking sick of having to fight myself. So now I'm just going to kick your ass and hope I feel better about it.
Hell yeah. Cool. Launching into battle, you see Xigbar looks at you, gets this smirk on his face and goes, "Alright, hero thinks he's ready now." And you see that he rushes toward you. You see that he holds No Name, and you see he holds the blade of the Keyblade and splits it into two, creating crossbows. As you see, he as
you motherfucker!
You see he, let's see here. Okay, cool. So he can only take one shot with it in crossbow form. So he's going to aim this sort of large crossbow at you as he fires this purple laser towards you. That's going to be a 15 to hit, as he nat once.
That will not hit. Also, what the fuck?
As he, it graces your cheek as it flies past. He looks up from his crossbow and is like, "Huh, clever little sneak." You see that's going to completely end his turn. We'll get to what Alora is doing in a sec. Cool. Mona, go ahead and make me another dexterity check to try and catch up with your mom. This is going to be DC 10 now.
Okay, 17.
Oh wait, did you roll already, or am I tweaking?
Yeah, I got a 17.
17, okay, gotcha. Sorry. You are rushing forward. You catch up to your mom. You see that she, yeah, go ahead and roll initiative for me. Good. As you rush forth, you see, you catch up to these guards who look at you, sort of confused. You see one of them says, "What are you doing in the castle? You're supposed to be evacuating."
Am I back to myself now?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna look to the guards and ask, the queen, where is she gone?
He says, she's in that room down the hallway. She's to be taken there. Why?
Is she alive?
Just barely. I mean, she's wounded, but it's not fatal.
Is there any way I can help?
You see, two more of these Excalibur drones flying through the window. You see, the guards look at you and say, "We can handle holding down the door if you want to just, protect us from the drones."
She nods. Got it.
Cool. You see that, just two of these drones are hovering in the window. The guards are completely able to take down another one as it flies out of the sky, crashes onto the ground. You have an action. You have your whole turn, basically, as there's just this one drone down the hallway.
Okay. I will go ahead and pass. There's only one, right?
Yes.
Alright, I'll just do Eldritch Blast again.
Oh yeah, roll for an attack.
25 to hit.
25 hits, roll damage.
Alright, 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay, cool. Boof! It crashes out of the air, hitting the wall, sort of spinning, and boof! Hell yeah. you see that you think essentially. Go ahead and make me an Arcana check if you don't like.
Already. 5.
Mona, you think you have one more solid round, 6 more seconds until something happens that's out of your control.
Okay.
Cool. That is going to be Lucas. You saw that Xigbar fired this shot towards you, which grazed your cheek, and you dodged pretty narrowly. You have your whole turn. What do you do?
So, when Lucas dodged the first crossbow attack, he's still just keeping his eyes on Xigbar. And with that, this is something I've been meaning to say in a long time, but I would like to rage.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And I am going to rush right up to him and smack the ever-living shit out of him.
Absolutely. Roll for an attack. Hell yeah.
24.
24 hits. Roll damage.
That'll be 12 points of slashing damage. And you know what? I'm going to burn my action surge here.
Okay, sure.
So I'm going to go for another freaking attack. Where the hell? There's my shit. Okay. So I'm going for another attack for 23 to hit.
23 also hits. Roll damage.
I'm going to re-roll that 2
Oh yeah.
because I have great weapon fighting style, so I can re-roll 1s and 2s. Hell yeah. So that'll be 12 points of slashing damage.
You got it. You rush up. You see that as you... Oh, Jesus, what's in my eye? So what does it look like as you go and swing down towards Xigbar?
So, first off, when Lucas rages, you kind of get that small flash of red in his eyes that then kind of slowly start to go from red to maybe a little bit of like a golden yellow as he charges in fast. And as he does, just spins the double scimitar, whack, just kind of hits one blade kind of like square in the stomach, and then flips it around, whack, to smack one of his arms to kind of get him to stop using that damn crossbow of his.
Hell yeah. Bah! It hits his stomach, and bah! It hits his arm. He staggers back. Cool. Anything else, Lucas?
I think that... Yeah, no, that does it.
Hell yeah. That's going to be Crystalina, who I'm going to add to the map as well. Crystalina, as you rush into this throne room, you see Lucas fighting against this man who you haven't met before. What's the first thing Crystalina does?
This is the guy that tried to get him to turn me in, right? Just for Wyra's information?
Yeah.
Getting someone, I'm gonna go to his aid.
Hell yeah.
Because it would be weird if I did.
Hell yeah. You rush up, right towards Xigbar. Yeah. Do you want me to roll for your attacks, or? It's all good. Sorry, it's hard. For me too. So you would hit under weapons, armor, and tools. You would hit the +6. I'm not gonna lie, I can't hear you, and I've been faking it this entire time.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
What? You can never hear me. Like, when I'm on the other page, I'm so sorry.
It's all good.
It's weird.
That's-
It's a fucking glitch.
that is kinda
You're not
weird.
gonna hear me again.
It's all good. Hell yeah.
Ooh.
Hell yeah, 22 hits, good and roll damage. Hell yeah. You... So you...
That's the big guy.
So you rush up right towards Xigbar. As he's kind of distracted, he's holding like his crossbow up against Lucas's scimitar, trying to kind of like defend himself. Getting hit in the arm, he goes kind of sore. What does it look like as you rush up and hit him?
I just kind of try and stab his arm.
Hell yeah. As he's holding this defense, bah, you hit him in the arm.
I'm gonna...
Hell yeah. He staggers back. He looks at you deep in the eyes and goes, "Oh, you must be the little wolf's groupie."
Fuck's a groupie.
He pinches the bridge of his nose, and that's going to be...
I'm gonna look this shit up.
We're going to move forward. Let's see here. Let's go. So that one's dead. Okay, cool.
That was perfect.
I asked that to him, by the way. It's not a question for you, that was literally that I would react that way. I'd be like, what the fuck is that?
Fair enough, fair enough. Cool. You see, Xigbar looks at you, Lucas, and says...
Okay, now that I know what the fuck that is, pretend like someone explained it to me or something.
Okay.
That just shows, like, how badly this guy knows.
Honestly, Xigbar's an asshole.
You see, he looks at you, Lucas, and says, "It's not cool to call in your friends." As he,
Didn't have
leaps back, aims his crossbow, and tries to take another shot. Which actually, you would get an attack of opportunity if you'd like.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll
fuck
take
yeah.
that.
Hell yeah.
Where the fuck's my... There's my thing.
Oh shit, I disappeared again.
Okay, that's 21 for me.
21 hits, roll damage.
I'm gonna re-roll that 2.
Okay.
It's still a 2. So that's 10 points of slashing damage from me.
Gotcha. He leaps back up onto the statue. Shard, please. Thank you. Cool. He's going to try to roll an attack against you. That is going to be... There we go. That's what I was looking for.
Motherfucker. Yeah,
You-
that hits.
Oh, it does? Okay, cool.
You dick.
You take... Let's see here. You take 81 points of bludgeoning damage as he...
Halved.
Oh, it is halved! Because it's bludgeoning.
I'm raging, bitch.
He holds this shot and is ready to release it and says, "Bye," as it flies right towards you, leaving sort of a cloud of smoke. And as he sort of grins to himself, you see that, the silhouette is just standing there in the smoke, unfazed. Hell yes. We're gonna get to what Alora is doing in a sec, once again. Mona.
Also, what the fuck, Carlo?
Yeah, he does 12d10 damage, what?
This isn't the final fight in the Void Omnia campaign.
Mona, in the last sort of 6 seconds, as people are rushing past you, time sort of slows down as you feel this sort of slight headache coming on. with all the drones around you sort of disanimated, and still a lot of people trying to get out of this castle. With the last 6 seconds, what's Mona going to try to do?
Mona is going to spin around and grab one of the guards by their shoulder and tell them, if I try to get in this room, do not let me in. Okay?
He looks you in your eyes and says, all right, but what do you mean? What's going to happen? I don't understand.
Just don't trust me, okay? And then I'm going to use my action and my movement to get out of there and try to stick myself, like, in the middle of the crowd.
You rush out of the castle as fast as you can, and in that movement through the crowd as you're pushing past, you feel yourself slowly begin to lose consciousness as that magic energy sort of takes over. That finishes Mona's go. Lucas, you're up. He just fired this shot at you, and you're standing there in the cloud of smoke, completely unfazed.
Let's see, what do I want to do here? You know what? Yeah. Let's burn a blood curse on this son of a bitch. So I am going to activate my blood curse of the marked. I'm going to amplify it, so I end up taking 2 points of necrotic damage from that. But I get advantage on this attack.
Hell yeah.
So I'm going to, first off, try and jump, just kind of get a running jump to get towards him. Chard, please. Yeah, you're not the only one. You're lucky. And I am going to try and attack him.
Oh yeah.
With advantage.
Yeah, roll for an attack.
Fuck, that's a 12.
He holds your scimitar, he holds the crossbow up against your scimitar like this as he pushes you back. He does that whole kind of like movie thing where they lock blades sort of like this, and he locks eyes with you.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking you deep in your eyes and is like, so the hero thinks he's ready. I disagree, as he pushes you back. Cool. Anything else, Lucas?
No, that'll do it.
Oh yeah. Finishing Lucas's go, it's gonna be Crystalina.
Bleh. Does that work?
17 will unfortunately miss. As you jump onto the top of this statue, trying to catch him off guard, he splits his crossbow in two and holds, is kind of like holding both of you on either side. You see that, he like holds this defense up against your fist. Or what is Crystalina trying to like attack him with? Is she using her sword, or whatever?
I was gonna try and slash him again. But I get one more attack, right?
Yes, you do.
I am going to try. I can just hit. No. Did I hit the right thing?
It's the +6, so... Hell yeah. Still barely missing as he, you push even harder with your fist against this crossbow.
Actually, since the fist didn't work, I tried to go for him by slipping with my feet.
Hell yeah. You try to kick him sort of underneath his arm into sort of like his rib cage, and he pushes you back even further, sort of holding you and Lucas up in the air as he's standing on top of the statue. Anything else, Crystalina?
That would be it.
All right. Let's go ahead. There we go. Okay, cool. So Xigbar is holding the two parts of the crossbow on both sides, holding Lucas and Crystalina in the air. You see that he looks at both of you guys, and he gets this smirk on his face and says, "So it looks like I have my answer." And you see that a dark corridor appears directly behind him. He drops his crossbow. You guys sort of land on the very ends of the statue. He turns around and begins to walk away. Doing so takes 5 feet of movement, so you guys do have an attack of opportunity if you'd like to take it.
Yes, please.
Go ahead and roll for an attack.
Nope.
It hits the air next to him. As you try and swing, he dodges just out of the way, and you see he steps into this dark corridor. As essentially as essentially all of the population of the inside of this castle has escaped, Mona, I need you to make a charisma saving throw. You're trying to beat a 15 here.
Okay. Hold on. Fuck. I got an 8.
As you black out and sort of lose consciousness, with all the people rushing past, the throne room, Crystalina, Lucas, the throne room falls quiet after Xigbar leaves. You just hear this fire come from the center of the castle as it spreads and forms this explosion. I'm gonna need a dex save from Crystalina and Lucas.
Oh, what the fuck? I don't know why it doubled, but take the 19.
Okay, fair enough. Hell yeah. As you guys see this growing...
Say hell yeah, right? About, like, before anything, like, when we're about to get attacked, like, fuck, like hell yeah.
You rolled pretty well, so I'm trying to hype you up, my bad.
Yeah. I'll explain.
As you guys see this fire spreading and spreading and spreading, the outside halls sort of fall quiet. You, Crystalina, notice this kind of window that's open. It looks to be your only escape route. You would take some falling damage on the way, sort of down to the ground, but the door is blocked by this fire.
Okay, so we all saw Mona kind of going up in flames, though, right?
Yes, I'm gonna say you saw her sort of down the hall, yes.
I am once again in a rage. I'm still raging here.
Fair enough.
I am going to run. Yeah, no, I'm going to run towards the window, and I'm going to see if I can grab Crystalina while I'm heading out that direction.
Wait, but what about Mona?
We'll deal with that later.
What do you mean later? She just went up in flames.
Fine.
Like, what the fuck?
He's in a rage, remember? So Lucas is not going to grab Crystalina, but is actually first going to drink a potion.
Okay.
Why is it doubling?
The fuck?
Shard
Oh,
is
wait, no, it
acting
didn't
so
double that.
weirdly.
Okay, it didn't double that time, but god damn, that is shit. Still take the health. And I'm going to, I guess, run over
Now my
and
fucking screen is stuck in
grab...
a stupid position. Okay, there we go.
So I guess I'm going to run over and grab Mona to see if I can, I don't know, throw her out the window or something.
Okay.
Anticipating his move, I will lay in preparation in case Mona is to be thrown out of the window.
I'm gonna say, probably not thrown, but Lucas, you think you could sort of... Lucas, you think you could sort of soften the fall if you sort of rage and sort of help everyone out of the window?
Yes.
Okay, sick. So I'm... as opposed to throwing people out the window. You see that... just in time as the fire spreads through the castle, you guys book it out of the window. Xigbar bails himself out through a dark corridor. The panic sort of stops, and you see a crowd sort of gathered around the outside of Castle Whitestone. As you guys stand quietly around the now burning castle, with no sort of threat standing around, what do you guys do? Oh,
yeah.
right.
First, wait for the music. Lucas is going to derage.
Okay.
Just kind of taking a bunch of like deep breaths. You see the sort of weird yellow color in his eye kind of return to his normal. I don't even remember what I said his eyes were originally, but they return to their normal color as he's like slowly not raging. Are we good?
Selena's gonna look at Mona. Because she's just gonna look at Mona and see if she's like burned or anything.
You look down at her. It looks like she got far away enough quickly where she didn't sustain any burns. In the attack, people were rushing past her, so she's slightly bruised, but she didn't sustain any burns. Mona.
Yeah.
As you are floating in this sort of endless sort of abyss, you see that there is a fireplace that appears 10 feet in front of you, and you look down at your hands and feet, and you fully materialized in this space, but it doesn't look like there's anything else except this fireplace in front of you.
I will slowly just kind of look around and make sure there's really nothing behind me before approaching the fireplace.
As you do, you look around, and there doesn't seem to be anything else except for you. And you reach this fireplace. You instinctually kind of reach your hand out to it for its warmth. And as you do, there is something like a tendril or something dark that wraps around your wrist. And just as it is about to sort of squeeze, your eyes shoot open and you wake up. The castle itself is burned. You stand on the outside, and you wake up.
Mona's just gonna kind of slowly sit up and gauge the situation as she can see Crystalina looking down at her.
Hey, I'm glad you're awake.
What What happened to the castle?
I'm actually not entirely sure, but we're away from danger, hopefully.
Did everybody evacuate?
I think so.
As far as I could tell.
Okay. Just gonna kind of look down. How burned am I? You said I'm not burned at all, right?
Right. You had sustained some injuries from people pushing past you, but no burns.
Okay.
Cool. You guys stand there. You see, as these sort of arcanists get to work on the exterior of the castle itself, you see Percy and Vex come up to you once again, and you see Percy looks at you and says, "What the hell were those things?"
Heartless.
Vex looks and says, "I don't understand. Whitestone was at peace for 20 years, and then all of you show up. The man with the eye patch arrives, and we fall under siege? Did you bring them here?"
Technically,
purposefully.
he's been here longer than us, but it's complicated.
You see Vex sort of nods to this. You see Percy kind of gets this expression of confusion as he looks on at the castle. Slowly, the fire is being treated and the exterior is being rebuilt. But you see that Vex kind of walks off after a bit. You see Percy says, "Well, we'll get this taken care of. How do we... I don't understand anything about what just happened. How do we make those creatures go away? And... what do you mean, sort of... technically you brought them here, but not really. I'm not understanding."
It plays into part in what I explained to you last time we were here. But there's a lot more.
It's all good.
Yeah. It's really hard to explain, especially considering that I just told you the stuff that I did already. And let's just say that the structure of time between where he comes from and here isn't exactly on the same linear path.
He nods and says, "Well, not the strangest thing I've come across, to be sure. Well, this will be taken care of. In addition, you all should get some rest. There are camps being set up. If you feel free to set yourself up. There are practitioners of medicine that should be able to tend to your wounds if you need."
Lord Derolo, another thing, as bizarre as this might sound, and I know this will definitely sound very bizarre, but if your wife starts to behave differently, let us know.
He nods. You see, he walks off. Castle Whitestone is not entirely destroyed, but it will take some time as you guys find your way to this sort of these various campsites, sitting around these campfires. These various practitioners sort of tend to your wounds, and you're sort of like bandaged up and shit. It sort of falls quiet as the sun sets on the distant horizon. As it gets sort of later into the evening, the panic has majorly stopped, and people move to and fro with sort of large loads of these different materials. What do you guys get up to?
This time,
You go ahead.
okay, this whole time, Mona just kind of had her eyes on the castle, but she's gonna turn to Lucas and go, have you seen Allura?
No, I haven't. I was headed straight to Xigbar as soon as we got here.
Do you have any way to contact her? I mean, maybe we should look around.
Agree. We should look for her.
Yeah. But to answer your question, not really. Despite the fact that she calls me her apprentice, I know very, very little about magic.
You guys search the castle for a bit, looking for Allura, eventually meeting up with her. You see she has wounds sort of all over her cheek, and you see she says, oh, there you all are. I was starting to get worried. Are you all alright?
Yeah, where the hell were you?
You see, she says, I got split off from the party as soon as the attack started. I saw something down the corridor that I wanted to chase, and I wasn't entirely sure what it was. Vincent was here. He wasn't involved in most of the things, but I fought against him for a short time, but he left after that, and I couldn't find you all. And then there was the fire, and I had to leave.
Yeah, Xigbar was here too.
Oh, gods, what happened? Did you fight him? Did he say anything? What?
Well,
Call me a groupie.
that's the least of our worries right now. But to answer your questions, yes, I did fight him. He was originally fighting Percy and Vex. I chased off after him, fought him. Personally, chased after me. We fought him. Still don't understand why he has that keyblade, but that's... Let's just say that he got my answer to the question.
So now we have 3 parties looking for us.
Yep.
It's at least the Derollos aren't, hunting us down, so that's a start. But
No,
Be
but
fine.
I still have a feeling they're pretty pissed at us, considering that I kind of did say that the reason Xigbar came here was my fault.
You see, she says, your fault? How would it be your fault?
Because that's pretty much one of the reasons he's still been here almost at this point. I mean, yeah, he's been here like a good 20 years before I did, but he already knew about me, and once he realized that I was here in Exandria, that became his main focus, was just to do nothing but to just try and blackmail, manipulate, and ruin my goddamn peace.
She says, I mean, but him trying to destroy everything is his choice, not yours. And you couldn't possibly have. None of us could have predicted that he would have attacked Whitestone. So, don't blame yourself.
Agree with Laura.
I don't know, but I still don't really even understand how he even knew of who I was back during when I was in Kingdom Hearts, when I was a nobody. I mean, like I said, the original organization that he was a part of, as far as I knew, was disbanded, but he made it sound like I was well known. It doesn't make sense.
Well, were you not? You kind of were under dark influences back then.
A
Again, it
little
took us
more.
a while to figure out who you were. That's still.
It's. I mean, yeah, but honestly, it's a little more complicated than that. I mean, yeah, I was working for a sorcerer who was taking orders from someone in the future who happened to be corrupted by darkness. Just kind of looked at everyone. Don't ask. It's too complicated of a story that I don't even understand 100%. But like I said before, when you become a nobody, you have no memory of who you were in any circumstance. And when you're given a new name and a new purpose, like with the Organization 13 and like how I was, that pretty much holds for the most part. So to say that it was controlled by dark influences or brainwashed isn't really the best way to describe it. I was an entirely different person, and I was okay with doing the things that I did. I felt no remorse. I didn't feel anything.
Well, look, I could make up excuses. I could say it's not your fault. We're the ones that ripped you apart and pieced you together again. I'm that person. Fit the agenda. But in the end, I still feel guilty. Only thing you can do now is just plow ahead and do what you can and what you will with choices that you do have now.
I guess.
You got this, Lucas.
You never really gave up on friends, did you?
No.
No matter how many times I told you to stay out of it.
Yep.
You really haven't changed.
Well, to be fair, I'm the one that's least aged out of this whole thing. 20 fucking years have passed. And yet here I am, a year later.
Fair enough.
So even if 20 years did pass, I think that's one part of me that wouldn't change. They're too important to me. I can't save everyone else. There's too many people. All I have to do is the best I can. People right behind me. And who knows? Maybe that will rub off on them and they'll do something to help a few others close to them.
Well. Until then, seems like we're going to be having a lot of problems from here on out.
Well, we won't be facing them alone. What if there's 3 organizations coming after us? Not like we haven't been in any similar perilous situations before.
Considering that, we are currently wanted in 2 nations on this world, including the one we're standing on now. We've got Xigbar, who is taking orders from someone outside of this universe in pots somewhere within the astral sea. And I feel like I'm probably missing a few, but that's honestly the few I can think of.
Well, look. So what? We're wanted in 2 different nations. We've got each other.
Honestly, to be fair, that isn't even the worst thing I've done.
I had to wear your dad's soul on a fucking necklace, for goodness sake.
Okay.
Look at the
That was
shit you've
weird.
gone through. We've got this.
I'm sorry. What?
What did you just...
Backstory
Don't
to the Dream
ask.
Adventures.
Lucas just literally looks back at Alora and Mona again and is just like, don't ask.
Yep. Just gonna leave that one alone.
Anyway, there is one other thing that we could probably address. Just kind of looks back to Mona. Did you explode into a fireball?
Oh, yeah.
What? Sorry?
Okay, so I may have been angry and raging towards Xigbar during that time, but I could have sworn in that hallway you exploded into fire, which may have been the thing that caused a fire at the castle.
So, question. Crystalina saw this too, right?
Yes.
I saw that too. I back.
How would that be possible? I'm not even burned.
I've seen crazier things, honestly.
Clearly,
but
there's 2 things going on. Something you're not telling us, and something you don't entirely understand about yourself, or maybe are scared about yourself that's happening to you.
which, to be fair, I totally get.
Which, yeah, I mean, it's your own secret and all.
Interesting observations. What was that, Allure?
You see, Alora says, okay, I mean, this attack was a lot on everybody, and, you know, I'm not saying you were seeing things, I understand, but, I mean, you have to understand she's getting confused for another person all of the time, and, you know, magic...
You say so?
Well...
I want to do an insight check on Alora to see if she's bullshitting me right here.
I'm making a
She is. Allura's totally in on this. She fucking knows.
What?
Dirty 20.
Oh, no.
She fucking knows. I've just been keeping my mouth shut, but like both of us know something. Crystalina
Okay,
was
to
just
be
like, oh, she's getting
okay,
mistaken
to be
for this
fair,
person. She's
Lucas.
acting
Okay,
weird. Okay, she must be said person.
So,
okay. To be fair, Lucas is not the smartest tool in the shed.
Okay, well,
oh,
I'm also gonna do insight check.
okay. Good roll as I check.
All right.
It'd be under skills, I think. Sorry. There we go.
Did I not do it? I thought I did.
There you go. Yeah, my
I
shirt just
forgot
didn't
you
load.
can't fucking hear me. Okay, whatever.
My bad. On that dirty 20 and on that 13, you think that Alora, just isn't, she doesn't know, essentially. And she's just playing into this kind of like, just like playing to what she believes. And what she believes is that Mona is not the princess. As you see, Alora says... As you see, Alora says... The attack is...
Selena's role and what she thinks do not match up. They do not
This
match
matches.
up. Okay.
This kind of matches with Lucas, but he knows that. He knows what he saw. He knows what he saw.
Alora says, why don't we all just
Yeah.
get some rest, and we'll talk about this when we can sort of think properly. I know I can't think properly right now.
Oh, that must suck for you. Yes, let's get some.
Admit that I am definitely in pain right now. Like, holy shit.
Did rage twice. Did you never come out of it?
Once, I just never came out. Once, I never
That's
came
still
out.
bad.
So you see that Alora goes and taps her staff on the ground twice, and she says, well, in case you felt like having any more sort of... I don't do this spell very often, but in case you felt like having any more sort of amenities. As you see, she points her hand up in the air and holds her staff like this, and you see this magnificent mansion just springs to life. As you see this sort of almost like wooden cottage looking sort of thing as she steps in, and yeah, you guys all lay down to bed for the evening. Is there anything you guys would like to do before heading to bed?
Yes, actually. A little bit into the night before heading to bed, Lucas is going to head over to Mona's room and knock on the door.
I will open it.
Hey, got a minute?
Yeah, come in.
Yeah. Lucas is going to come in, kind of lean up against the wall, and going to kind of look to Mona and go, okay. Look, I get if you don't want to say anything, but... And I'm not going to pressure you because I'm not like what Zelrin did, because honestly that was stressful enough for me, and I'd be a hypocrite if I did that to you, but I know what I saw. You did burst into flames. And look, I get if it's something you don't want to talk about and whatnot, but I will say that if I've learned anything from just the last few days of being with you guys, eventually you're going to have to tell someone. And I don't know if I speak for the rest of the group, but for me, at the very least, I'll be here if you ever really want to talk about it.
The fireball thing, whatever it might have been me. But it wasn't me. Like, I don't remember half of what happened in the castle. So sometimes I just lose control, I guess.
Honestly, that's kind of something I could relate to.
Maybe we're not so different after all.
I guess not. You know, before the whole Xigbar nobody thing, remember when I said that the Beowulf thing was something I got at birth because of a curse from my dad?
Right.
Well, when it first started to manifest, I had a hard time controlling that almost right off the get-go. I'd be going to bed one night, and then next thing you know, I'd be waking up on the other side of town, not knowing how exactly I got there. It got pretty hairy a couple of times, but then my dad found a way to hopefully suppress it, but eventually that didn't even last.
I've had similar experiences. Though there's no way to prevent this. It's just something I kind of have to be afraid of.
I'm not. I've shared the same feelings, but as of now, I'm not afraid of the Beowulf. I'm just wishing that it was never really a part of me every once in a while.
I can understand that. Though you seem to have decent control over it now, at least.
That's mainly thanks to Allura. Before that, it was like I was starting back at square one. Well, like I said, you don't have to say everything yet, and if you want to hold on to whatever things you haven't been telling us, that's fine. But you know who to come to if you ever need to talk.
Will do. I'll try to tell you and the others more tomorrow.
Your choice. And with that, Lucas is gonna head out and head to bed.
So, Lucas heads to bed. You guys lay down for the evening. As the night passes, you guys do get a long rest.
Hey.
You see that as you guys wake up in the morning, the sun rises, and beautiful day, despite the day prior having been, a siege on the castle and helping defend and running around. It's much more peaceful outside. There are actively still posters that are being placed on sort of these walls, these sort of wanted posters with your names that Percy and Vex go around and take down where they see them. As you guys gather in the sort of central floor of the mansion that Alora sort of conjures, the morning after the attack, as it's sort of slower, you see breakfast is being served as well. So what do you guys do?
I am gonna try and find Mona, because I feel a little guilty about something I may be overthinking about yesterday, and I'd like to apologize for that.
Yeah, you go and find Mona.
Do I?
I would have.
Sorry. You go and find Mona. You see Mona. Crystalina comes up to you.
Hey, I wanted to apologize for yesterday. I'm not sure if I came off a little strong. If everyone has their secrets, and that's totally fine. I guess I just don't like it when people tell me that I didn't see something that I did. I know what I saw. But yeah, I understand what it's like to not want to tell anyone something, and that's totally fine, and that's your right. So I do apologize for that.
Listen, it was a fair reaction for what you saw, and whatever it might have been, it probably was what happened. I just don't remember much from yesterday, so.
It's fair. I do want you to know that if you ever do want to tell someone, or it becomes, where the fuck did Daniel go?
Oh, wait.
Okay, well, anyway, or if it ever becomes, I don't know, unbearable, although hopefully don't wait until it becomes unbearable. We're here. You know? I know we're all here.
I appreciate that.
And, again, I'm sorry.
Shall we get breakfast?
Yes, please. My throat is already burning. My throat burns when I'm hungry, not my stomach. My stomach hurts when I haven't eaten in hours. That's like the last ditch effort of getting me to do something about it.
Hell yeah! You see these breakfast is being served. You see just like pancakes and waffles and omelets and bacon and shit. Yeah, as you guys sit around this table, you see Laura says, right, well, as sort of an update, I know if we want to sort of take things slower after that attack, I know there was a lot, but I do, I might have an update on where a lot of the cult that we're going after is going to be. I know we're searching after these artifacts, but one of my friends, Gilmore, told me that they're chasing after this book that holds some sort of secret. They're trying to free this mad god, and essentially, the secret that they're looking for is where these different locks are, and this book would contain that. I think they're going to be, it's somewhere in southern Taldore. We can try and get the drop on them there, or we can search for these artifacts to make us stronger.
Well, seems like we're going to be spending a little more time here in Taldore. We still need to figure out where the highest peak is so we can get the blade to the dragon sword.
She nods and says, I'm not sure which of the highest peak it is, but a long time ago there was there's one particular mountain called the Gat Shadow Mountain, which, according to legend, a god had been trapped underneath, and because of that it grew in size. I might be able to teleport us, if not to the top, then at least very close to the top. I know there are sort of these huts that have circles set up close by, but I don't know if I can get us right to the top. And I also don't know if it's, that's where the location is.
Well, that's honestly as good a lead as any. Is this mountain anywhere? Where is this mountain?
One second. Oh, she says it is a little bit west of here. In one of the mountain peaks. It's the highest of the bunch. Only a short distance.
Well, Lucas is going to turn to the others and kind of go, what do you guys think?
Well, we should stop them before they get something they need, right?
Yeah. Might be a good idea.
Fair, but on the other side, being able to finally put together a sword so then we'd at least have one of these vestiges under our belt would give us a good bit of an advantage.
That is true. If we fail in stopping them, I feel like maybe us getting something that we need would be a good first step. And I don't think it's a good idea that we split.
Oh, no.
Definitely not.
Not with that far of a stretch between us. And plus, if Laura can get us close to the top of this mountain, that'd be less of a trek for us, and if we're lucky, we might even be able to still make it to the southern part of Taldore to stop the cult, and hopefully the same day.
Well, we better get a move on.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
Before we go, Alora, did you happen to hear about any updates on the queen that got injured?
Right. She recovered. The wound was not fatal. But it seemed like when she had recovered, she stormed out of the camp in a huff and demanded to travel directly back to Wildmount almost immediately. And she headed out, I think, a couple hours ago.
Okay, that's good to hear.
Did you... I can try and find her if you want to talk to her or something, if you...
No, that's okay. I saw her at the castle, and I thought it was odd.
Oh. Yeah. Honestly, the whole thing about politics and yeah, I don't follow it very closely, but
Right.
anyways, everyone ready to head out?
I'd say so.
Yes.
All right. You see, you guys head out. You step out of this mansion. Laura takes you guys to this teleportation circle. As you guys step through, it flashes red, and it coalesces back. As you open your eyes, you are on this cold mountaintop. It is. You're not standing directly at the peak. You are pretty close by. As you see, it's really chilly up here. The altitude makes it cold, and you see snow coming down. And as you guys arrive, you see Laura points to sort of a hut close by and says, well, I meant to teleport us there, but it seems I was off a bit. Everybody make me a perception check, if you don't mind.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Let me actually roll as well for Laura.
What is up with my shit rolls today? Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Yep.
Yep. We'll
What
see
the
if-
fuck? I'm gonna refresh my page.
Okay. You see that?
No, I also find it funny that Roz has a higher modifier for perception than I did. I rolled one higher than she did on the die, and we both got the same frickin' result.
As you guys arrive on this mountaintop, first of all, Alora taps her staff. You guys feel these coats sort of wrap around your shoulder. You see that Alora taps her staff again, and there's this faint blue glow in the snow. It pulsates sort of rhythmically, as if it's trying to communicate. And you hear as it sort of vibrates the snow around it.
I am actually going to pull out the hilt of the dragon blade to take a look at it and see if it's reacting in any way.
You pull out the hilt of the dragon blade, and the pulsating from this blue glow in the snow becomes more active and does seem to react to when you pull out the hilt.
Well, I think we got lucky.
See, Alora says, approach slowly. We don't know what we might come across.
Right. And I am going to start walking up the peak, still holding the dragon blade hilt in hand.
Okay. You walk up to this faint, sort of glowing object in the snow that vaguely looks sort of like blade-shaped. And as you come closer to it, you see it sort of sticking out in the snow, this sort of like reflective surface, this fine, very, very like refined sword made out of this like fine metal, and the cut where it must have come from the handle and come off looks very clean, having like no excess of metal, and it glows even brighter as you come closer. And yeah, what do you do?
Lucas looks to the handle in hand, looks to the sword, kind of closes his eyes, takes a deep breath, and in Draconic, say, what once was two is one once more, and tries to kind of put the handle towards the blade, so then it would like try and touch back with where it would originally connect with the blade of the sword.
As you do, it connects and snaps in like a magnet, and you see that you lift it up out of the snow falls off, and you lift it sort of towards the sky, sort of Zelda posing it as you hold it up. You see that this fine sword, cerulean and indigo, and the color sort of wraps around it with these sort of just magic waves that stops at the very top, again in this cerulean and indigo kind of color. And your eyes, your vision goes white for a second as you see the memory of a young red dragon, having lost its family to hunters. It looks towards you, and you hear in your head, "My name is the 13th of 12. A forgotten memory, a forgotten spirit." And you're pulled back, and you open your eyes again, and you're back on the mountain.
Lucas kind of takes a step back, still holding the sword. Holy shit.
Are you okay? Did it work?
Yeah. I saw something, a memory. Not of mine, but of the sword. Or the spirit of the sword. I don't really know what to make out of it, but it was a young dragon. It was a young red dragon. It was alone, almost. Separated from its family because of,
Hey, Carlo.
well,
Oh, I'm
because it didn't have family anymore, and it looked at me and said that it was the 13th of 12.
13th of 12?
Yeah.
12 what?
12 dragons, maybe?
Kind of reminds me of the 13th zodiac sign.
Or Organization 13.
The what and the what?
There's a 13th zodiac sign called Ophiuchus that no one really knows about because when the calendar was made, they just made 12. They just did 12.
And then Organization
I'll
13.
I'll stop there.
And then Organization 13 was the group that Xigbar originally came from back in Kingdom Hearts.
Right. I remember that one. Partially.
This thing continues to have so many sense of ironies.
So,
Just go to that
we do
park
now.
that we go to.
Well,
Okay.
Are we
I don't
taking
think
the
this-
sword?
well, I mean, we kind of have to.
It did speak to you after all.
Yeah. Alright, well. And Lucas is going to kind of pocket the sword on his belt somewhere and is like, well, that's one down. And thankfully, we got lucky in trying to figure out where the blade was.
You see, Laura says, well, that makes this whole thing a lot easier. Is everyone ready to go then? Do we want to try and get the drop on this cult, or do we want to get some more rest?
I think we should try and get the drop on this coat.
No time like the present, I guess.
Alright. As you guys walk away from the peak of Gat Shadow Mountain with the Dragon Blade in tow, and the truth of the Spirit's name in mind, that is where we're going to end today's session.
Oh boy.
Nice.
I get a new weapon.
The stats for which I have written 100%. Well, thank you guys for playing, and thank you to our YouTube viewers. I'm sure this got 100 views. So thank you guys once again, and we will see you all next week. Very well.
Wanna come?
Bye-bye.
Sorry.
Bye.
Sorry.
Bye!